Tekken 8, they had a Tekken Talk live midnight, midnight Pacific even, so it was like 2 a.m. for me, 3 a.m. for you. Terrible timing. But they revealed quite a bit of information that I was kind of surprised to see. They're doing the same thing that Capcom is doing, where instead of having like, here's the stuff in a trailer, they're doing like a 2-hour long, like shoot the shit type of thing, right? So I got to the good shit, and hey, good news. I'm bringing the good shit to you. So let's take a look.
Nice.
First, the second update. So they already had one tiny little update to fix a couple of things here and there. They're having a second update that's scheduled to release in late February/early March. And the update and patch notes will be available the day before. So they have in-game collaboration. They're basically just going straight down the Street Fighter 6 route with like collaborations with Uniqlo and like a couple other companies. There was this, I'm going to say this. I didn't get the screenshot of this, but there was this one company that does tie-dye shit, and that looked awesome. It looked awesome, and I kind of want it. The Uniqlo stuff looks like shit that I can just like print out of a photo printer and then like iron onto a shirt. And then there was like something with denim, but I don't like denim, so I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, it's also going to feature the new Tekken shop, which is exactly like the Street Fighter shop, where you can spend money or not, depending on what you like to do, I guess. And they're going to adjust behaviors and properties of moves for some characters. Essentially, they're going to fix the things that are not working as intended. Let's talk about the Tekken shop, because that one's a little bizarre. I'm not going to lie. However, I think the Tekken shop is doing a better job of incentivizing money spending over Street Fighter. Right. Mm-hmm. The big thing that you and I have shared our concerns about is how everything's for, the dang avatar person, right? It's not like there's no character skins. It's kind of bland. It's like, I'm not going to pay $40 to dress up like a pirate. You know what I mean? So the Tekken shop is going to have limited time skins for characters, as well as your like arcade quest avatar.
Thing.
Yeah. So I like that they're putting the emphasis on like some of the character customization stuff, which I think is pretty cool. And here they said that the Tekken shop offers a variety of items, some free and some paid. Paid items can be obtained by spending Tekken coins. So it's probably going to be exactly like Street Fighter, where you pay like $15 to get 100 Tekken coins, and things cost 120 Tekken coins.
Yeah.
Also, they noted that it's not available for cross-commerce, which, like, I guess maybe that just means you can't buy Tekken coins on your Steam account and expect them in other accounts.
That makes sense.
I don't know. But anyway, that's how that stuff's going to work. They showed off some of the costumes and their legacy costumes. So, like, it's like Tekken 2, Tekken 3 costumes, which is pretty cool. More stuff that they announced at the Tekken Talk. They went over, like, some of the character adjustment and bug fixes that they were going to tackle. They talked a lot about the things people are reporting with the hashtag T8_report. They're paying attention to that kind of stuff a lot. Harada and Michael Murray also mentioned that they're not interested in feedback on which character you want to come back. So shut the hell up about that. They're just trying to fix stuff that doesn't work properly in the game, that's either broken or not working as intended. And some of the stuff that they're going to specifically tackle is in the tweet over there. It's very small. But they're looking at Victor's throw escape window, which, if you didn't know, it's a couple frames faster than every other throw window. Alyssa's follow-up to brute force attack. I have no idea what that is. Chain throws being unbreakable during a punish, which means if King gets you with a counter hit throw, you're gonna eat a rolling death cradle, whether you like it or not.
I'm gonna eat it regardless. I don't know how to break it yet.
Oh, you just mash 2, which means like that everybody else doesn't do rolling death cradle, and you're gonna eat the other. But anyway, so they're gonna be looking at that stuff among other things that aren't working as intended, which is pretty cool. Next, they even went further. So they have this update planned for February, March, where they're going to have the in-game collaboration shenanigans. They're going to have the Tekken shop, and they're going to do a couple of fixes here and there. And they showed us the post-release roadmap for updates. And it's looking like it's going to be a monthly affair. February and March is when this update's coming out. In April, they're going to have a third update, which is right when the World Tour the Tekken World Tour starts, and we'll get to that in just a second. They're going to have more character adjustment and bug fixes, and they're talking about new features, which is pretty cool. They even went in to say that they're hoping to expand the story mode with each new character coming in, which is pretty cool. And if you haven't seen the story mode for Tekken 8, it's pretty damn nice. So they're looking to do stuff like that. They were also... One other thing they mentioned is that they're toying with the idea of the ghost battle and letting ghost battle ghost. So I'm excited to see how that works. Ghost battle is good. I've been learning a lot just fighting in ghost battle. Also that replay mode's real good. But anyway, So yeah, they talked about a couple of those features that they're hoping to get in there, but they're in the works. Then after teasing the Tekken World Tour 2024, they got into it. Starts April 13th, and dojo submissions will be opening at the end of March. I'm a little bit surprised because I thought this was going to start with Evo Japan. It is not. This is a couple weeks before Evo Japan. So I don't know if it's going to start with a big regional or if they're just going to start the dojo events before they go to Evo Japan. But that's pretty cool. They also announced the World Tour structure, which is largely the same as last year. They're having 2 Master Plus events, Master, Challenger, and Dojo events with the World leaderboard, and then they have the regional leaderboard for all those Dojo and Challenger events. And to be announced later, they're going to have the Tekken World Tour Finals and the Tekken World Tour Last Chance Qualifier. So largely the same as it was last year. And here is how the point distribution is going to be for the global leaderboard. It's going to be, they're going to take the highest Master Plus placement event, your 2 highest Master placement events, your 3 highest Challenger placement events, and your 4 highest global dojo placement events. So I think this is such a genius way of making sure that everybody can have a chance and not just the sponsored players that can afford to travel everywhere. So I think this is a great idea. And lastly, this was a little bit shocking. I'm not gonna lie. For people who have the year 1 pass, they're going to have 72 hours of early access for each character. So 3 days of early access if you have the season pass. And at first I was like, man, the people who don't have the season pass are gonna be behind and all that. But I feel like the people who have the season pass are the people who are gonna be competing.
You mentioned the dojo thing briefly. I think that's such an awesome. I wish straight up Capcom would just X-copy it, because there's so many tournaments that would benefit from it. And the offline scene, it's not like the offline scene is dead or anything, but it could really use something like that. Just that dojo implementation it's exciting for me, and I'm not even I don't really go to a lot of locals these days, but I'm really happy for my friends who are doing that, and it's gonna just be a boom to their success.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think Capcom is trying to do that with the World Warrior thing, but it's not quite working as intended. One other thing that they did announce, actually 2 other things that they did announce, is the Tekken World Tour is 100% offline. No online premieres or anything like that. No online Masters, Challengers, Dojos, none of that. It's 100% offline. The second to last thing they announced is that the Tekken World Tour, the first Master Plus event, is going to be Evo Japan in April. So,
makes sense.
And this is the first time that they're treating, which is surprising to me because I thought they did this last year, but apparently they didn't. This is the first year that they're treating Evo Japan as a Master Plus event. So not just a Master event. So it's on the same level as Evo Vegas.
Cool.
And then they talked about how they noticed that people are rage quitting and doing all this shit and hacking the game or whatever, and they want to ban them, but they can't, because they have to make sure that they legally can, right? Because they don't want to get sued for well, what did he say? What did Michael Murray say? It's they don't want to sue for improper denial of service or some shit, which is interesting, and that's something that I don't even want to think about. So they're working on it, and they want to punish people, but they are a little bit with their hands tied behind their back at this time. So they're working on it. And then lastly, surprisingly, they showed off Eddie Gordo. And at first, I thought the character looked a little stiff. But the more I saw of him doing his thing, the cooler he looked. Man, he looks crazy. He looks like his handstand and his relaxed stance look completely different. They look a lot clearer now, if that makes any sense. like when he is in his handstand stance, instead of like having his like legs out like a helicopter, they're like little like dog paws like this. For whatever reason, that makes it way easier to see. So, big fan. They also talked a little bit about how they're trying to make him more intuitive. So like you can just press, kind of like Reina, you can just press one button over and over again, and it'll take you like through a cycle of stance changes and strings and stuff, which is interesting. But yeah, he looks like he's going to be really good, and he looks like he's going to be a sidestep monster, because anytime he goes in and out of those, whenever he goes into relax isn't him laying down anymore. Relax is now him just going.
A little off-road.
Yeah, it's like he steps back and like he crouches down a little bit, so it's not like him just completely laying down, and it looks so good to like avoid crazy mids. Especially like in the middle of strings, which is going to be dope.
Strings, wow!
And then his handstand stance, he like sidesteps when he does it. And he has a lot of mobility options in those stances too, which is pretty cool. The character looks cool, man. I'm looking forward to it. He is not coming with this update in February, March. They did not have a release date for him. My assumption is that maybe he's coming out in April, but they didn't. They neither confirmed nor denied it. So we'll see what happens there. They look like they're having fun with whatever they're making. So good for them.
It's interesting that they already showed him off, because maybe that implies that at Evo they'll show off the next character.
Maybe. I did I get a screenshot? I did not get a screenshot, because they showed like a big screenshot of Eddie, but I don't think, and they had like the blank spaces where the other characters are, but I don't think they had like dates or anything on them. So, excuse me. Now, that's all I had to talk about the Tekken Talk. I wish it was more like in the style of like either like a PlayStation State of Play, where it was like streamlined, like 20 minutes, here's all this information, now get the fuck out of here, instead of like, oh, let's shoot the shit for 2 hours, right? But there is value in that shoot the shit for 2 hours thing. I just don't speak Japanese, so I feel like I'm on the outside of the inside joke.